Fingerpod of Doom, episode 22.
Shit.
Did you hear that entrance music? It wasn't queuing over here.
I didn't hear it on my end, but I don't usually hear it.
Oh, I must have broke that too now. Well, I'll fix that also. This is the Fingerpod of Doom. I'm Andrew. He's Bones. Monday Night Raw review. I thought it was a great Raw. We're going to do a little bit of news maybe at the end of today's show, of today's program. Unless we're cutting it tight. Dark Side of the Ring Vader episode tonight. Vader's episode tonight.
Exciting.
According to James E. Cornette on his podcast, I believe he said this was one of the better ones that he's been a part of. So, huge fan of Vader.
Good. Yeah.
As a child, I remember, as a wee lad, I remember Vader being the first heel that I like thought, oh, this guy's badass.
Yeah.
And this is after his Japan stuff. So, because I would have picked up on him 93 EC or WCW ish. Halloween Havoc, I think. Cactus Jack match. Him and Cactus beat the shit out of each other. I think it was about 93, 94.
Yeah, I'd say 94 because Mick came in 95, right?
Yeah.
Agile, super agile. That's why I liked him. For a big guy, it was crazy to watch what he could do.
Second rope moonsaults he was doing in Japan. Second rope. The man's 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Mick didn't show up in 95, did he?
I thought it was end of 95. Maybe not. Maybe early 96. I thought it was end of 95. I don't know why.
Let's do that quick. Let
me you googly. You got it?
Yeah, let's have a look here. Mick Foley.
Do my you googly.
Not writing career.
New York Times bestseller.
Yes. Feud with Vader, 93, 94, WCW. Smoky Mountain, 94. 94, 96, ECW. 96.
Yes.
World Wrestling Fentertainment.
I always forget about the ECW.
Yes.
How
Two
dare
of the best promos ever in ECW. How dare you? That being said, let's dig right into it here. Monday Night Raw, Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of professional wrestling legend Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Not El Grande Americano. Not El Grande Americano. What do I have to put here again? No for kids or yes for kids?
I put no.
Yeah,
we swear.
Fuck them kids. That was a different. Yeah, wait. Anyways, so
lots of good people out of Minneapolis.
Is there? Brock Lesnar?
Yep. Mr. Perfect, wasn't he from there?
Yes, that's right. That's all I can think of.
Good enough.
That's why Brock and Perfect fought on the plane.
Yeah.
The pride of Minnesota they wanted to be. So Raw, Minneapolis, Adam Pearce is in the ring. He's getting right down to business. This entire segment to start the show annoyed me because of how predictable this entire build has been.
Yeah.
Everybody knew this was happening. Everybody knew, like, this was a triple threat. Everybody knew Rhea was getting in here somehow. Everybody knows Io's the underdog. With Bianca, the last probably month now, wearing all black.
Yeah.
More and more, I don't think Io is coming out of Mania with that title. I think Bianca's leaving with it as heel Bianca.
Yeah, there's something with her.
Her and Naomi? She's
on that other level. Maybe I could see that too. Just double turn. Good way for Jade to get in there too if they ever want to run that feud.
Yeah, so I could have done without this, to be honest. This could have been like at the 7 hour rather, like right before the hour. Do your little 10-minute segment and get this through, and people would have been like, oh, I thought that was already the match anyway.
Yeah, a contract? Oh.
So other than that, I really have nothing to say about this because, like I said, it was predictable. It seems that Rhea wasn't expecting that drop kick from the back. Like she should have been though. Because she got whipped a little bit.
Choke on her tongue, yeah.
Rick Rude is also from Minnesota.
Perfect.
Why don't more wrestlers use a sit-down neck breaker like that?
Oh, it looks dangerous too.
It does.
You made it look like it would snap your head right off.
Who was that wrestler that he got in like a shoot fight with in the ring and just beat the fuck out of this poor guy? Remember that? Would have been like 91, I think.
It wasn't Terry Taylor, was it?
No.
The only one I can think of is Martel for some reason. But Rick Rude was scary tough.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up later. I'm sure he was slapping the shit out of some guy in a ring. I'm sure of it. Kurt Hennig, Rick Rude, Nikita Koloff, Barry Darsow, John Nord. There's lots of them. Eric from the Viking Raiders, Shelton Benjamin, X-Pac.
Crazy.
Minnesota, all these people. Road Warriors.
Oh, Rick Rude on a guy named Mark Starr in WCW.
Yeah, that's it.
Shoots on him hard, calls him Vader a bunch because I guess they were feuding. Weird. Yeah, like Minnesota just seems to have it.
Vern Gagne.
Wow.
Anyways, I really, yeah, like I said, there's nothing, this whole segment didn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
The whole build in general, it's almost, it's up until a couple of weeks ago, it just seemed that there was so much talent that they wanted to put on this show that the builds for several matches were just severely lacking.
Yeah.
Right? Naomi and Jade has better build than this triple threat.
Yeah. It was
Rhea
obviously
Ripley is
threat.
Arguably your biggest women's star of the last 20 years.
And it's been the same formula where they go out and they forget about Io. She gets upset. She attacks.
Yeah.
It's
we get after this Whiplash segment, we get, now I guess this was announced earlier in the day and I missed it, that the IC title match is a fatal 4-way.
Yeah, they posted that little bit earlier. I have that as news, which was cool.
Which is cool, yeah. It's nice to see Dom's in the match, that's for sure. They tease a little more dissension, though, right, between Finn and Dom in a little backstage pre-tape after the intro segment. I think, like I said to you, I think Dom leaves Mania with the IC title.
Story-wise, that's great. If he does,
yeah.
What does Finn do, right? What and what does that show for Finn as a leader?
Yeah.
Changing of the guard,
right? Because they were pushing, what was the saying that Finn was using? Listen to Finn and you win, or something, right? And they never won. So
imagine that.
Yeah. So then we get the opener. Lyra Valkyria, the bird lady from Home Alone, against Bayley. This match was fantastic. I really enjoyed this match.
It was really good. It's just we've seen them so much now, and for the same IC title over and over again. So move either Lyra up to the, get her up to the main division, I guess, for the women, and then do something with that IC title. Because Bayley shouldn't be fighting for the women's IC title.
No, that's right. And that's the gripe I've had with women's mid-cards on both shows for the most part, is that Bayley is a bona fide main event talent.
Yeah.
If Bayley is the only woman there that you can use to elevate mid-card titles, then you're not doing the proper job to elevate mid-card talent or build mid-card talent.
And Lyra's pretty damn good compared to the other mid-card talent on Raw.
Huge. Like the work, they're both of these women, but Lyra is an incredible worker.
Yeah.
And when she's selling, I legitimately think that she is injured. Every time I'm like, oh, that looked rough. And then she sells that injury and I'm like, oh, I wonder if she really fucked herself up. Like, she's excellent.
I think it's time. You could push her easily. Like, she's had great matches with Becky even, right? So she's comfortable in her skin for sure. If you bring in, like, say, Cora Jade and Roxanne, that can be your mid card. Add them to the mid card. It'll be a changing of the guard. You'll have to,
because with Julia and Steph, who don't really need to be on NXT anymore. You could make a case, like Roxanne is still there, like you said. Cora Jade's been putting in the work. Multiple matches in TNA. The Meta Girls, right? Like, all these women are ready to. And like Lash Legend is a huge woman, powerful. Like her against Jade, that'd be a fucking match.
She's fun to watch.
She's more exciting than Jade in the ring, that's for sure.
Yeah, her character work, right? There's something about her character. That's her. It just feels like just
doing like a double bicep pose every time, and then 6 kip ups. And
the storm is coming. Okay.
She literally was dressed as an X-Man on SmackDown Friday. Like she went to the Warner Brothers.
It's just gross.
Like garbage bins in their like lost and found of the movie set, and just pulled out Halle Berry's uniform.
She's probably waiting for that movie deal, honestly. Then she's out. She'll be out of there.
100% is. Yeah. She doesn't give a fuck about this.
No. So that's why Lash is, you're right. Like, Lash, I think, lives that gimmick. It's perfect. She's way better.
Yeah. But this match, like everything about it, the pace was excellent.
Yeah.
And they both, well, Lyra especially, but like I said, like Bailey's, is like she's super safe. So the knees to the face, it looks devastating. And then Lyra is like selling it almost to the point where Bailey's like, oh shit, did I actually just knee you in your orbital bone? Awesome though, the combos that Lyra puts together with her tornado DDT into the fisherman's suplex. I love it. It's great. The Boston Crab spot where she was knelt right down like Jericho. I love when Jericho does that too. He can't do it anymore because gut gets in the way. But Bailey was able to do it pretty good. Bailey's got to change her finish though. The rose plant sucks. Terrible finish.
Horrible finish.
They tease, they're a team here for this gauntlet match on Friday, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming something might happen there. I don't see them going to Mania to fight Liv and Raquel. So
yeah, that's a hard one. I don't know who would. Those two have been putting on such good matches. Is that their payoff? Like, here you go.
Here's your Mania match to lose, essentially. Yeah. Here's your payday. Yeah.
Yeah.
From that, we do a backstage with AJ. Now, the only reason I have notes about this is because #1 fan of the show, Karrion Kross, finally gets to fucking wrestle on TV next week.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. His gimmick, right? The W know versus the W don't. His like quiet talking, like mood switches. Everything is so excellent. I don't know why they're not rewarding him more.
Especially online,
with the socials.
Right?
He's doing huge stuff on socials. I hope this maybe leads to him, like here's a 10-minute match with Orton or something at Mania, right? Like, interfere in the AJ match and cost AJ.
Yeah, perfect.
Like something, right?
Especially with his Puppet Master shirt. Like, there's something there to own in, like, dive in, let him play.
And there's so many backstage like segments essentially that he's standing in the background somewhere, like peeking around a corner creepily.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see him wrestle on TV again.
Honestly, hopefully he looks great. And
AJ will bump his ass off for him. AJ will probably get the win since he has the match at Mania, but unless Logan interferes and probably costs AJ, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
I
think he will interfere.
Yeah. You want to get Karrion, some extra fanfare behind him. Have Logan like get in the ring after and be like, hey, I helped you, man. Congrats. And then Karrion just destroy him.
Yeah. Sets up something for the future too.
Yeah.
And with his book coming out.
Go ahead. Yeah. His book, his little short movie or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll want to push this stuff.
The trailer looks good. I don't know how long this movie is. If it's just like a short film. I don't know how long short films are these days, but
yeah. What does that qualify? Yeah, he's like a former addict or something, right?
I consider a short film like a quick 90-minute B-rated horror movie that I watch before bed some nights.
Because some are quick, The horror genre is just weird.
Yeah, like the new Popeye one. Popeye the Slayer Man. Oh god.
Oh no. I'd watch it.
Spinach cans rolling out from the darkness.
What's in my teeth? Oh.
Dental floss, anyone?
Oh yeah, man.
I'd watch it.
It's a fun watch. Yeah, I recommend it. I watched it.
Okay.
Now the next match was the 6-man. I've never been a huge fan of 6-man tag matches, but this match fucking rocked.
It did.
The Creeds and El Grande Americano worked their asses off.
Yeah.
And like just so good contrasting styles with the LWO. Right? You're like kind of bruiser powerhouse wrestlers that can still fly and move with lucha libres.
Yes.
And just the spots, like boom, everything is pinpoint, bang. Right, they did the triple superplex spot. There was a spot where was it the sit down power bomb with Dragon Lee, and then Julius broke it up with a shooting star?
Yeah.
Like instead of just jumping in the ring to break it up, let me do a quick shooting star here.
Yeah. The guy is big too. Like to
Huge.
do that so easily, like it's very impressive. But even Del Toro, I was impressed by Del Toro, who usually it's Joaquin who's stepping it up lately, but Del Toro was perfectly on point with his corkscrew press.
That
like everything was just
so clean.
Yep.
He was a little sloppy at the start, I noticed, but it really came into it. It's like he missed like their turnbuckle spot. He kept missing where he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But after that, it was like everything from all 6 of these guys was like crisp. And for Chad to be able to do this, a second match with a mask, nonetheless, like just such a talented individual.
He really is. He's in great shape too.
He's shredded for a 40-year-old man. He is just shredded.
Yeah.
I think he's 40 already, right?
Yeah, he's up there.
Chad Gable, 39. Yeah, I guess 86. So, that makes me 39 too. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I'm as in good a shape as Chad Gable, though, I think.
Pretty close. Same 10.
No bread, no water.
That's right, Booker. That's me, yeah.
Drink it in.
Like even Del Toro was in shape, and when he came back from his injury, he was a little out of shape for sure. But they all looked good in that ring, man. They all work hard.
Yeah, it was excellent. I think the right team won. I don't actually know if the LWO in any capacity will ever win another match. Like maybe Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Like Rey Mysterio's not going to do the job for Chad, I don't think, at Mania. Or maybe he does since it's El Grande Americano.
He could sneak out a win for sure.
Yeah.
El Grande's got to cheat though. That metal plate was hilarious.
Oh, I love that. Man. Yeah.
That was
metal
so cool.
Plate in the mask. Like I've never seen that before. I'm sure it's happened in Mexico or something, or
supposedly El Santo used to do it. That's what Michael Cole said. I'm like, who's El Santo? No idea.
Isn't that who they call his dad?
Maybe.
I think that's who they've said is his dad.
He's like, he used it to protect himself. Like, okay.
I think. Anyways. I'm sure there was a wrestler in Mexico called El Santo at one point.
Definitely.
That's beyond my knowledge. Okay, so this is the highlight of the night coming up here. Do you want to end with this, or do you want to do this now?
It doesn't matter, just because the ending also was okay with the
yeah, that's true.
This is It's a hard one. At least
we can
have
do
good
this
stuff to
first
talk.
and then just
Yeah.
So this first started with a video package, which that alone I thought was excellent. Not that it really built up the match or anything, but there was a video package of Gunther and destroying Jimmy. And it was very like muted in tone, and had a not creepy music, but like brooding music, if you will. Gunther makes his way out to the ring. He's got the bright red tie, doing his best Donald Trump cosplay as he comes out. Red for the blood, obviously. Before Gunther goes to speak, Jey's music hits. And everything about this segment was excellent. Jey's all black.
Yes.
Doesn't want to, yeet in the crowd as he's coming down. Doesn't want to, get in with the fans. Plays it off as he's like restraining himself from attacking Gunther. And, Gunther's laughing the whole time, and Jey like slaps the microphone away, and Gunther, is still laughing at this. And then Jey starts cutting this promo about, and very, very normal, very, how would you say, like,
it just felt real to me. Like it wasn't so over the top. It was
that's right. It was
limited to.
Yeah, like not concerned, but I guess concerned might be a way to say it as the promo kind of progressed here. But he mentions Gunther's mom. You talk to your mom. What do you talk about? Ask how's your wife? How's my grandson? Right, like real family stuff. And as Jey starts to talk about this, Gunther is like kind of like, yeah, well, what of it? Kind of like, okay, get to the point. Selling it a little bit. And then Jey goes into saying, you want to know what I had to talk to my mom about this week? I had to tell her oldest son got 15 stitches in the hospital bed. She said to me, why didn't you protect him, Joshua? Like using his real name now.
Yes.
And he said, as a grown man, I've never lied to my mom. Do you want to know what I told her? I told her I was afraid of you. And the crowd during this, they're trying to yeet after everything, and Jey is like telling them to stop yeeting. And as Jey kept cutting the promo, the crowd did stop yeeting. So the crowd was listening. They wanted to listen. They were quiet as Jey, because Jey was talking quieter too, right? They had to listen to what he had to say.
Yeah.
And then he says, yeah, but you're happy, Gunther. You were always 3 steps ahead of me. You're playing chess and I'm playing checkers. You had me, but it wasn't enough. And you had to get my family.
I'm glad he admitted that, because even to the fans like us, we've been like, oh no, Jey really is a couple steps behind, just even being that type of performer. So perfect.
Yeah. And I think that's probably what creative had to say to him. Like they probably had to like really break it down. Like, we're getting fucking torched online for the build to this fucking match. So we got to do something, right? Which is probably why they had Jimmy get the color. Right? 15 stitches. I mean, Jesus Christ, Big Jim, you just ran the blade like fully east to west from ear to ear there. God.
Yeah, and you don't do it often.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
You're just not sure, right? You got to know how to nick it like HBK and Hunter used to do in 04.
Yeah. Like, he literally be holding up his face like, buddy.
You'd be scalping yourself. And Jey keeps going, you violated my brother. You left my bloody pulp while I was zip tied. I watched you wipe my brother's blood all over your body, and now his blood is on my hands. I've never felt so hopeless, pissed off. He kept going into it. And scared, he said. He made the whole world stop. And he said, you know what I realized at that time? And Gunther, the whole time, Gunther's selling this too.
Yeah.
He's, selling concern on his face as if, maybe I did fuck up here.
Yeah.
Maybe I have gone too far. Maybe this is somebody that I didn't want to wake up. And Jey says, in my darkest time, I realized I'm not afraid of you anymore. And this is where Gunther really sold it. And even backed away a little bit, right? There's too many wrestlers that don't sell the promo, which is why it never gets over. If the person you are in a program with can't sell the promo and just buries you, similar to like Scott Hall used to do, with the ooh, to like a baby face, trying to cut like a scathing promo, and Scott Hall will just bury him by doing that, and that'd be it. Because the NWO was cool, Scott Hall did that. Now the babyface has nothing to stand on.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we all thought Scott Hall was the shit when we were 14 years old, but looking back on it now as a fan, you're like, oh, well, no wonder no baby faces in WCW fucking got anywhere. And then Jey goes into this and says, before WrestleMania, I want you to hug and kiss your family. Because when I go to bed, I'm going to say a prayer. And I'm going to ask the Lord to forgive me for the man I'm about to become. And because I'm going to get you for Jimmy, I'm going to get you for my family, and I will take that World Heavyweight Championship. And he just walks away. Gunther's selling it. Gunther doesn't attack him. Gunther sold it perfectly the entire time.
He got so vulnerable at the end. It was so good.
Yeah.
It's like, I can be defeated. Yeah,
it was
he
like
showed
a
that
look
he
of
has that
fear.
weakness.
It was a look of fear, essentially, that it was like, Mother of God, I have fucked up.
Yeah.
To take this even further, I would love to see Jey come out in black gear at Mania.
Well, just be serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be serious about it.
Don't yeet at the start. Yeet when you win the title. Then you can get the 60,000 people to yeet. But when you come out, don't do it.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see.
Save it for when you win. So
That's
you're not
right.
blown up.
Yeah. And so you're not gassed for the first 10 minutes of the match.
Yeah.
Because I would assume now at this point, they'll give these guys 20 minutes. And I would also assume that we're going to have Gunther get some color. I think, anyways. I would like to see Gunther get some color.
I could see that just as like a payback type thing, right? It's like, okay, your brother did this for me.
I did this.
I'll do this for you.
I did this for myself, for my family. The only problem is it can't go on first, like I think was initially reported. You're not going to put a match that gets color on first unless you're AEW.
Yeah.
But
you need a hot opener, but that's different. It's a different level now.
The way the fucking triple threat's been built, the women's triple threat, I could probably see that going on as a hot opener now.
Well, the arena's still filling up. They'll just put it on.
Or
quick.
they put Charlotte and Tiffany on so they don't just see a bunch of women slap the shit out of each other and try to make it look like a wrestling match. Yeah.
Yeah. How many blonde extensions can we find?
Yeah, eyelashes and fucking fingernails left in the ring.
Sweep.
Anyways, I'm like fully invested in this match again. I think it's going to be excellent.
Does he bring family out? Does Mama Fatu come out? Is she in the audience maybe? If and even Rikishi if he's winning?
Well, you'll know for sure that if his family and his son especially is there, that he's winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless they hide them and don't bring them out till towards the finish.
Yeah. That would be very special.
Especially if it's your son and you haven't told him, right? And then all of a sudden you're getting carted out to the front row and you're like, oh, is my dad bleeding? Did Gunther beat the shit out of dad now?
Do I have to say goodbye quick? Yeah.
I also would expect Jimmy to do a run-in of some sort as well.
Yes. He's got to be there.
So yeah, actually looking really forward to that match now. Amazing what one 20-minute segment can do.
That's a crazy thing with these slow builds, right? I'm not used to it taking this long to get to the point.
Exactly. We're used to like quick payoff from Vince, and if the fan's not reacting, he's like, change the fucking direction. God damn, this sucks. We'd always
get these big crests, and then you still have like a month until WrestleMania, and then we're waiting, and we're like, okay, well, shit, we've lost interest. Where now it's almost like, okay, now the crest flows into Mania. It's perfect. It's just I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
Waiting for something to happen, and it did. I get it. Like it.
And then from that we go into the War Raiders and the New Day, and I just don't give a fuck. The War Raiders do not resonate with me. The New Day this isn't working. Maybe it's awful. The gear, maybe it's the theme. Like Xavier's social stuff is hilarious. I think his Twitter stuff, his heel stuff's funny as hell, but
yeah. Even staring at that kid in the UK when he was just a prick, and they barely showed that, but it was hilarious because he was relentless. He wouldn't give up. And Kofi, I just can't take him serious. I don't know why. He's just a goof to me.
Because he's
even as a heel.
SOS from Jamaica.
Yeah. War Raiders, I would like if they put more effort, if they maybe had more time just given to them. I don't know. It's hard to invest in them because they come out, they do a few cool moves, and that's it.
Well, yeah, it's like they're blown up or something, or I don't know how to explain it. It's just very awkward, and it's like all their matches are in slow motion.
Well,
and I don't think it's because of their size. I think it's because they don't want to hurt themselves.
Well, was it Ivar who was the bigger one, right? When he was doing like singles matches, he was incredible. He was having he could move for a big guy.
Well, yeah, and he still can, but it's almost like maybe he knows Eric is scared.
Yeah, they're keeping that pace.
Doesn't want to miss the spot, the double team spots in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but.
Or shit, I liked him as a singles performer, but.
Well, yeah, him and his matches that he had 2 matches against Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a match against Bronson Reed that was fucking awesome. And then he had a match against Sheamus where they kicked the shit out of each other.
Yeah. he can work with any size. It's just very weird as a tag team. I don't know.
Yeah,
it changes his dynamic big time.
So and then Tony Hinchcliffe was on commentary, and I don't think he's funny, so I don't know.
No, he just causes like shit whenever he opens his mouth. It doesn't matter what he does.
And like you would think that with the bad publicity that they have right now with Hogan and now Linda McMahon and this fucking Ladyboy thing, she's trying to get the case like permanently deleted from the records.
Yeah, and watch her.
Or what did I say? Ladyboy? I meant Ring Boy.
Yeah. Cut. No.
Scrub that out.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Lady Boys.
Yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, close that tab now. Yeah. Like it's.
What the hell?
I guarantee.
This is the FBI.
I tell you, she's one bad little sister. Oh, yes, man.
I think it'll go away, but you're right.
Hogan, right? They pulled Hogan because of making kids cry at a fucking. How's this? Yeah. Making kids cry during a beer tour. Yeah, that sounds like Hulk Hogan in Florida. But.
Well, and Tony had that horrible Puerto Rico joke. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, floating garbage pile or something.
Yeah, and you have a lot of talent from Puerto Rico, so very interesting. He's the guy doing that comedy show, but whatever.
Yeah, well, I can tell you who won't be there.
Unless Damien goes, just intimidate him. Front row.
Yeah. With a bunch of gang members that live in Puerto Rico sitting in the front. Savio Vega, BSK will be there.
Bad Bunny will bring some guys. I could just imagine the bouncers. His bodyguards would be mad. Yikes.
Next we had Penta and Dom.
Yep.
I thought this was going to be a good match, and it mostly was, but it was good,
Blue
not
Penta.
Great. Yeah,
exactly.
The best part of this match was someone that wasn't even involved in the match, and it was Braun Breaker's spear on Carlito. Front flip spear. It was crazy. But this was like a match that I thought would be like high flying and very lucha centric, and it was none of those things. I didn't think.
It was like they were just waiting for that spot. Like, I don't know what it was. You know, Carlito interfered, of course. But yeah, I just felt they were waiting for all the interference at the end.
Yeah, the pace was just off.
Yeah. Get through what they can. Burn time till Braun comes out to kill.
Well, seriously. And like, yeah. It's like you both can speak Spanish. So if Dom's trying to make calls in English, maybe just do them in Spanish because Penta can understand it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Something was just off with the match. So,
yeah. And then Finn holding up the title at the end.
It's just a tease.
Well, yeah, just a tease. But funny though.
But yeah, it was just a good match. Yeah. Was it even good? 3 out of 5?
Oh, with interference, yeah, I barely. It's
yeah. Roman Reigns, we get announced, will be on the show next week. AJ versus Karrion. Something else I noticed was going to happen. I can't remember now. It's the go home Raw though, so something big will have to happen.
It'll be very interesting to see what they protect, what they actually do.
I fully expect to not see John Cena until Sunday.
Yeah.
Especially since he took the crossroads. at the end of that segment. I fully expect to not see him until Sunday.
Because Heyman, something will happen with Heyman next week too. Especially the way Seth, with the favors. I didn't like that. That was, it's just okay. Now Seth has a favor, I guess.
Yeah, well, let's get into that. So,
yeah.
Paul Heyman comes down. Basically, all he says is he will always be loyal to Roman and to Punk.
Yeah.
Just because I'm loyal to both doesn't mean I will be disloyal to either of them. So then he says, let's get one thing perfectly clear, and Seth's music hits.
Yeah.
I tuned out for about the first 3 minutes of this because I just assumed Seth was going to do his entire shtick and listen to the crowd sing to him. So I had to rewind it a bit, but so Seth basically says to him, whose side are you on? For the most part. That he was trying to convince everyone, including himself, that he can be loyal to both Punk and Roman.
Yeah.
And then Seth gets into Roman using Paul to get to where he was. Let me start over by saying I think this is the best Seth has been on the mic in the last year. I thought Seth's mic work here was excellent.
Yeah, he cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
And actually cut a promo. Yeah.
So then he says, Roman does what he does best. He lost. He disappeared into the ether. And did Roman take you with you? No, he left you here. Get put through a table in front of your kids in New York.
Yep.
And every day we waited, is Roman going to come save Paul? And he says, Paul, did Roman rescue you? No, he didn't. 10 years, and then he gets into Punk and says, 10 years ago, CM Punk walked out on every single person here, and you included. Did he take you with him? He came back because... Did he come back because you asked him to come back? No, he said he was here for one reason only, and to make not make friends, but make money. And they love to reminisce and romanticize about war games. CM Punk was not the first choice to be on the team of Roman Reigns. I was. Seth Rollins.
Heyman asked him, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of foreshadowing almost, eh?
Yeah. Punk wasn't the first choice. He was the last choice, and he was the only choice. And did he join Team Roman out of the goodness of his heart? No, it's because he could get a favor out of it. So then Seth goes into this spiel about the easiest solution for everyone involved, including you, would be if I were to take you out right now. Then you don't have to worry about being in Roman's or Punk's corner and betraying Roman, or being in Roman's corner and betraying Punk. One quick stomp and it's all over. And then, of course, Punk shows up and they brawl and brawl and brawl, and Rollins gets the upper hand on Punk coming back into the ring with a stomp. And then is consoling and, you know, Punk, and Seth fakes a stomp to Paul and kneels down at the end and says, "Now you owe me a favor." As Raw goes off the air. So I like the idea of it, but I don't want it to all of a sudden be like, well, now you owe me a favor. Oh, and I saved you, and now you owe me. And then Roman do something, and, you know, now Roman says, well, now you owe me a favor, right? I don't want it to keep snowballing. At the end of the day, at the end of Saturday night, I believe Heyman is leaving with Seth Rollins. And not by favor, but by choice. Because number one, Seth needs a gimmick redo. Seth needs to be a heel again. Because Roman is like an anti-hero heel. Punk's an anti-hero face. Punk's an anti-hero face, right? Braun Breaker's an anti-hero face. Seth with Paul Heyman could be a pure heel.
Well, and it was like Seth was pleading his case to Heyman, like, this is why you should choose me. This guy left you high and dry. This guy left you high and dry.
That's right.
I'm here.
Planting
I'm here,
seeds,
and I could,
maybe.
Yeah, I could hurt you, but I'm not going to.
If that is the case, I don't want that to be the favor, though. At the end of the day, but I also still don't think that the favor for Punk, like, that's just the favor that Punk wants. It's so corny. Just, hey, Paul, for my favor, I want you to be in my corner because we're friends. It's like, that's the best we could think of. Like, there has to be more to that part of it as well. There has to be.
Well, it's like, what else can he offer? That's my thing, is what else can Heyman really offer these guys besides his services, really, as a manager?
True.
So, like, the favors are great and all, but what, you know, is he going to have a barbecue, or like, what are the favors? Can he get them a title match, or is it something to do with when somebody gets a title shot, they have to give it up? It could be long-term storytelling like that too, right?
Yes, it could
Eventually,
be.
one of those guys will be champion for sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%. At this point, I don't know if they can deny, if Roman were to say right now, hey, Paul, give me the title or I'm leaving, Paul would have no choice, because the company wouldn't be where it is right now without Roman Reigns carrying it for 4 years.
Yeah, that's one of those contracts you should lock up tight.
Yeah, I don't think he would ever. I don't think any of those guys, to be honest, would ever go to the other company. But
no, well, Tony could say, "Hey, here's $50 million for 5 years." I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, $50 million for 4 dates for 5 years. Yeah,
could be a baseball contract.
Yeah. However, yeah, like, there just there needs to be more to this favor thing. That being said, yeah, like, I think this is leading to probably, if not a Heyman Rollins pairing, a full-blown Rollins gimmick switch, because he needs it.
Which
so
very badly. but they're always playing with the smart fans, and the smart fans have been saying like, "Oh, Rollins, that would be interesting." I think Paul leaves with him, and it's like, sometimes they trick us too. I don't know what else they could do.
Yeah. And Paul Heyman's, and Paul Levesque's for that matter, long-term storytelling. Like the two of them could book 10 straight years of a wrestling promotion. And nobody would know, nobody would be able to fucking predict anything. Just those two minds alone. So
throw Road Dogg in there, you can
throw Road Dogg in there and you get 8 weeks. And especially if this is a program or an angle that Paul Heyman is interested in and involved in, then there's just not going to be some corny, shitty payoff. That's for sure.
No, the guy wouldn't sleep until it's perfected for sure.
Yeah, which it doesn't look like he has slept. Snorting his way to the ring. Yes, my tribal chief. Yes, my tribal chief. So, well, that's the show today. Right on cue for Big Van Vader, Dark Side of the Ring. As always, like what you listen to, like what you see, like what you hear. Free to like, subscribe, add a comment. Let us know what you would like to see changed, maybe done differently. Maybe you want us to snort like Paul Heyman the entire program. We could probably do that for you. But until Tuesday, today, Sunday will be the next show. Depending on SmackDown, we could probably do a double review of Dark Side with Vader and Ludwig Borga.
Yeah.
But
I don't see SmackDown being too hot.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It seems like it's tough to fill 3 hours of programming on that side of the fence. But we'll see what it brings, and we will catch you on Sunday. Thank you for watching, listening, subscribing.